Hello everyone, welcome back. Severed is here, coming back with part 4 of What If Deku Had Cremation. Now where we last left off, Izuku has gone in a fight, I guess, against Shoto Todoroki in a in a Heroes vs Villains exam. Yes, after that, when the school ended, Izuku meet again with Finn, as Finn, telling him that he want to talk with him and he want Izuku to help him rob a bank and to hold the camera while he's just gonna rob everything there. Izuku in the end agreeing to that. After that, when they done from stealing the bank, Finn start scolding Deku for not, turning on the camera in the first place. After that, using, a couple of dollars from the money that they got from the bank, Finn just buy for himself and for Izuku some hot dog. As he, sit on a bench in the park and Finn start explaining his story to Izuku. In the end, Izuku just come back to his home. And now we continue. And the next day, Izuku waking up as he said, "Good morning, Mom." As Inko said, "Oh, good morning, Izuku. You have a friend here." As Izuku said, "A friend." As after that, Izuku said in his mind, "Oh no, please don't be who I am thinking you are." As Izuku, getting out of his room and looking around, he see Kirishima. As Izuku taking a deep breath, saying, "Thank God." As Kirishima said, "Yo, Izubro, what's wrong?" As Izuku said, nothing. Why are you here, Kirishima?" As Kirishima said, "Well, I doesn't have anything better to do, so I decided to, walk with you to the school today. How about that?" As Izuku said, "Cool, let's go." As Inko said, "Now, first of all, you need to eat your breakfast, boys." As Izuku said, "Alright, Mom." And after that, Izuku and, Kirishima just eating the breakfast with Inko as they, go to UA. After that, when they get into the class, Aizawa welcoming them, saying, "Well, hello, student. Good morning. Today we will gonna do something different. We will gonna do a rescue training, and you all need to be prepared because we will gonna go to the USJ." As after that, he said, "Wear your gym uniforms or your hero outfits. I doesn't care. Just meet me outside of UA." And after that, everyone getting ready and changing to their hero school. Hero uniforms, which is looking like Izuku hero outfit looking like this. As they all inside the bus talking about their quirks and everything. As Izuku sitting by the side of Kirishima, as Kirishima said, "Well, if there's someone is really strong, it must be Izubro." As Bakugo said, "You mean that flame demon? Strong? I can beat his ass anytime I want." As Izuku said, "Can you stop with this flame thing?" As Bakugo said, "Yeah, I will never gonna stop with it, you demon. You just burning anything you touches. One day people will gonna know that you are just a villain." As Izuku said, "That explosion could." As Kirishima said, "Yo, Bakugo, leave Izuku alone. What? Can you just stop on telling him that he's a demon?" As Bakugo said, "Yeah, hell like I will do." As Izuku just leave him, Kirishima. He doesn't deserve to waste your energy on him. As Bakugo said, "What did you said?" As Aizawa said, "Shut the hell up behind there, or I'm gonna kick you two out of this, boss. Understand?" As Bakugo and shut up. And after that, they finally got into the USJ, which. And there's something that Izuku doesn't know, which is Finn is actually watching him from far away. Just seeing what he's doing normally in his day school. As they got into the USJ, Finn just watching from above. And after that, the Hero 13 welcoming them, telling them about how Cork can be dangerous and everything. As Izuku, listening to this, seeing that his Cork is, most hurting him, not just the people that he shoot the flames at. And after that, Izuku seeing something weird in the middle of the USJ, as he said, Aizawa, is that supposed to be there? As Aizawa looking down, he see a portal open up, revealing a guy with lots of hands on his body, and a couple of villains, and also a weird, like, bird creature. As Aizawa said, no, this is not normal. These are villains. Aizawa, 13, protect the student. As the student being behind 13, and Izuku being, by the side of Eraserhead. As after that, Eraserhead jumped there, and Izuku tried to jump after him, but before that happened, a guy made out of black mist with the glowing yellow eyes come to them and said, "Ah, I'm sorry for interrupting you, student, but we are the League of Villains, and we invited ourselves into this nice trip of UA. We had information telling us that All Might will be here, but I doesn't see him here. Don't you think that is a good place for the Simple of Peace to die?" As Izuku said, "No, I don't think so." And after that, he throw a beam of cremation at, Kurogiri. As Kurogiri opened a portal in front of him, and after that, he sent the cremation back at 13, which is injuring her a lot. And after that, Kurogiri teleport everyone away. Izuku, while he's falling from the sky, he got hold of himself and start using his cremation under his legs to start flying away. As he just looking down, he see Tsu and also Mineta on the boat in the middle of the water. As Izuku said, "This is Tsu and Mineta. I need to help them." And after that, Izuku, flying down, as Mineta just panicking on the boat, saying, "We will gonna die, we will gonna die, we will gonna die, we will gonna die. Where's the heroes right now?" As Izuku, jumped from the sky and said, "Come on, come down. Let's get out of here." As Tsu said, "Ribbit, Izuku, what are you doing here?" As Izuku said, "Helping you, of course. Come on, get hold of my hand." As after that, Tsu and Mineta get hold of Izuku, as Izuku start flying into, where 13 is right now. As he dropped Mineta and Tsu there and said, "Come on, now make sure that 13 is okay, alright?" As Tsu said, "Alright, Midoriya, Rabbit." And after that, Izuku go flying at Eraserhead, as he see Eraserhead being smashed down by a weird creature. As he see a man with lots of hands on his body laughing. As the man said, "Oh, look what do we have here. It looks like one of your students is watching you while you dying, Eraserhead." As Eraserhead looking at Izuku just eyes whiting, and Aizawa said, "Run away, Midoriya." As Izuku, while he's just eyes whiting, his body started engulfing cremation, as he said, "I will never gonna run away again." And after that, Izuku creating like two wolves out of cremation and throwing them at the guy that have a lots of hands on his body. As Kurogiri immediately opened a portal in front of the dude, in front of the two wolves, and sending them away into Izuku. They just continue going at Shigaraki, while Izuku is taking care of the Nomus. As Izuku, while that's happening, he jumped at the Nomu and pushed him away from Aizawa. As Izuku said, "Aizawa, are you okay?" As Aizawa just unconscious on the ground, Izuku said, "Damn it." As he said, and after that, one of the wolves come into Izuku, and Izuku said, "Take him by the side of 13. Don't let anyone hurt him." And the wolf just leave with Aizawa on top of him. Izuku being, there with Kurogiri and Shigaraki and the Nomu. As Shigaraki said, "This is not fair. I was about to kill him. Who are you, brat? Nomu, kill him." And after that, the Nomu go rushing at Izuku. Izuku put his hand together and said, "Dominance burn!" as he throw a beam of flames at the Nomu. The Nomu being burned by this only his upper half, as Izuku said, "Well, looks like your little Nomu is so weak." As the Nomu starts regenerating, Izuku said, "What the?" And after that, the Nomu throwing a punch directly on Izuku's chest, sending him, into a wall. As before he got crushed into the wall, a weird like tentacle got hold of him and dragged him a little bit closer. As Izuku looking, on the ground looking up, he see Fen. As Fen said, "Hey, are you okay, man?" As Izuku said, "Fen, what are you doing here?" As Fen said, "Yeah, I was just watching you." As Izuku said, "You were what? Why are you here in the first place?" As Fen said, "I don't have anything better to do, you know. I'm quite, wondering what it to will be like to be a hero. So I just watched you." As Shigaraki said, "Who's this brat now? Nomu, kill those two." As Izuku said, "Stay behind me." As you know, Finn said, "How weird! I was about to say the same thing about you." As Finn jumped from behind Izuku and throwing his sword at the Nomu. And after that, he tried, slashing the Nomu left arm, but is starting to regenerate. As Finn said, so he's having regeneration. Great. Could you help me here, please?" As Izuku said, "With pleasure." And after that, Izuku starts, throwing the ice, fireballs at the Nomu, trying to burn him down. But the Nomu is just regenerating every time. Izuku said, "Damn it, I will not be able to use my Cremation soon enough. Soon. Don't you have any plans, Fen?" As Fen said, "Well, we could use this poison, this potion that is make the regeneration like, unuseful." As Izuku said, "What? You have a potion that can turn off regeneration quirks, and you didn't use it?" As Fen said, "Man, I was just, trying to see how much this thing is strong." As Izuku said, "Throw it for God's sake." As Fen immediately throwing, the potion at the Nomu. The Nomu, covering by this weird purple liquid, or, water, technically. As Izuku said, "And what will happen now?" As Fen said, "Now we will just gonna burn him to death." As Izuku put his hand together and throw another beam of flames at the Nomu. The Nomu being, the upper half of him being obliterated away. As Shigaraki is just laughing, saying that the Nomu will just gonna regenerate after that, you idiot. You're just wasting your time." As the Nomu is not regenerating. And Finn said, "I suggest you, burn the lower half too, because it's just a time limit on this potion." As Izuku doing this, and the Nomu turned into dust. As the Shigaraki said, "What? What? This is not fair. This is not fair. Where did this brat came from? And why does he have a fucking thing that can stop regeneration? Karigiri, get me out of here." As Karigiri doing this, Izuku and Finn bumps fist together. As Finn said, "Cool, that was a strong move out of you, Izuku." As Izuku said, "Yeah, if it wasn't for you, I might actually died." As Finn said, "Oh, come on, I'm sure that you wouldn't die." As Izuku said, "Yeah, maybe." And after that, the heroes, villains start surrounding Izuku and Finn. As Finn said, the one that get the most points will gonna the one that get the most point will gonna order the loser one. You gonna all order the loser to buy him a hot dog. How about this?" As Izuku said, "You're on it." And after that, Finn start and Izuku start going at the villains. And Finn just throwing some potions, smoke bombs, sometime using his electric gun to knock them off, and slashing them with his blade. Izuku throwing flames and creating animals like elephant, you know, wolves and things like that, sometimes creating like tentacles and push the villains away. As in the end, Izuku and Fen start breathing heavily after defeating all the villains, as Izuku, breathing heavily saying, I got 100, I defeated 58 one of them. As Fen said, well, looks like you lose because I defeated 59 one of them. As Izuku said, fine, I'm gonna buy you a hot dog. As Fen said, hell yeah. And after that, the heroes started coming in. As Fen said, well, I think this is my time to leave. As Fen taken out of his pocket like an invisibility potion and drink it, as he turned invisible and go away. As All Might jumped down and said, young Midoriya, what's happened? As Izuku said, villains attacked us, but I managed to get hold of them. As All Might seeing behind Izuku, he see a lots of villains knocked off. As All Might said, huh, you done a great job, young Midoriya, I'm proud of you. As Izuku said, yeah, it's not a big deal. As Izuku's not telling All Might about Finn because Finn is a vigilante, so technically he's out of law and blah blah blah, things like that. Telling if he told the heroes about him, they were gonna try to go after him. As Izuku just going with All Might, everyone is just outside of the USJ. As the police come into Izuku and All Might. All Might just talking with Izuku, telling him, what's happened there, Midoriya? As Izuku said, well, there was that guy with lots of hands on his body. And I didn't really know his name very well, but I think that weird mist guy that, made out of black mist with a, pink, yellow eyes. He said that the guy name is Shigaraki and his name is Kurigiri, I think. They had something that was supposed to kill you, but I managed to burn it down into crisp. He didn't have he didn't have any consciousness, so he was dead. As the chief of police and the detective come to Izuku and All Might and said, well, you did a great job, young Midoriya, but as the chief of police put, the quirk cancelling device around Izuku's arms, as Izuku said, what? Why is this? As the chief of police said, you're arrested for using your quirk without a license and killing a lots of heroes and villains and even innocent people. As All Might said, wait, you can't be serious. This must be something wrong here. As the chief of police said, there is nothing wrong, All Might. Young Midoriya having the quirk that burned everyone to the crisp. He killed a lot of people and he should be arrested. As Izuku said, you can't be serious. As Kirishima come into Izuku and said, yeah, you can't be serious. Izuku will never gonna do something like that. As Bakugo said, so he finally showing his true colors, the demon. He was just burning people alive out there in the night. As Izuku said, no, I didn't do something like that. As the chief of police said, come on, young Midoriya, we will gonna have a serious talk. As before, one of the police come into Izuku and drag him away, a smoke bomb being thrown in the middle of the place, and after that, Fen take Izuku away from there. As when the smoke clears, they doesn't see Izuku. As the chief of police said, damn it, he ran away. As All Might said, there must be a mistake. Young Midoriya will never gonna do something like this. As the chief of police said, I'm sorry, All Might, but this is the truth. What we heard is the bodies has been burned down into crisp by very strong flames, by a blue flames to be precise. And young Midoriya here, he have a cremation and it's blue flames. So he's the only one that we suspect right now. So don't stop in our way, All Might, and let us capture him. As after that, Izuku with Finn on the top of the roof. As Finn said, so welcome to the dark side. As Izuku said, I didn't do it. As Finn said, oh come on, I'm believing in you, Izuku. I know that you will never gonna do something like that. As Izuku said, who's this guy that has the same quirk as me and burn down people? There must be a mistake, as Finn said. Well, looks like the police will not gonna believe you, so how about me and you go out there and capture that guy and send him into Tartarus? As Izuku said, seriously? As Finn said, yeah, why not? Me and you, you know, that I will gonna go with my sword and you. Maybe we can do like some sort of combo. I will gonna take out my sword and you burn my sword with cremation and bam like that. As Izuku said, alright, I doesn't see any other better thing to do, but what about my mom? As Finn said, she will gonna be fine. The police will not gonna arrest her for giving birth to someone that burned people alive. As Izuku said, I didn't do it. As Finn said, I told you that I believe you. It's just, I just playing with you. As Izuku said, fine, fine. But do you have any place to go to? As Finn said, well, I actually have. Come on with me. Come with me. As Izuku go with Finn. As Finn said, I find this place inside the sewers from a long time. It was supposed to be an old hideout for an old hero, as Izuku said, under the sewers. As Finn said, yeah, he was hiding under the sewers. As Finn, put his hand on one of the walls inside the sewers, and after that, the wall opened up, revealing this big hideout. As Izuku looking left to right, he see computers and things like that. And Izuku said, why do I feel like this? I saw this place before. As Finn said, did you really saw this place before? As Izuku said, no, but it just feels so familiar. Do you have a robot that named Alfred here? As Finn said, well, funny enough, I have actually a robot that named Alfred. As the Alfred come to Izuku and Finn looking like this, as he said, ah, Mr. Finn, welcome back, and Mr. Midoriya. As Izuku said, he know my name. As Alfred said, Mr. Finn told me a lot about you, Mr. Midoriya, and let me guess, it's happened again. As Izuku said, what do you mean happened again? As Alfred just sighed and said, it's happening every time. Did you got the mask? As Izuku said, what mask? As Finn said, oh, do you mean this mask? As Finn taken out of his bag a mask looking like this. As Alfred said, yes, this mask. Please give it to Mr. Midoriya. As Izuku said, nah, you can keep it with you. People know who I am already. As Finn said, alright, but you need to change your clothes from this here outfit. I have some things in my, in my closet that you might want to wear. As Finn just give to Izuku, a blue T-shirt and black pants, as they just sit down. Finn said, "So, what are we gonna do now? What will you do, Izuku?" As Izuku said, "I'll need to find that person that have the same quirk as me that burned all those people, and capture him." As Finn said, all right. So I have a lots of information about villains in this computer there, but I doesn't really know how to open it up. As Izuku said, let me try. And after that, Izuku, put his hand on the, try to hack into the computer, but he couldn't. As Izuku said, damn it. Whoever that made this security here, he must be so smart. This is a very long and I mean very, very complicated, guarding system. I doesn't know if I can even open it up. As Finn said, well, looks like we're gonna have to use the old-fashioned way. As Izuku said, and what do you mean by this? As Finn said, go into the black market and collect information, of course. As Izuku said, you going to the black market? As Finn said, I mean, you will not gonna expect from me to run, in the street buying some apples from the grocery shop, right? As Izuku said, yeah, I will not gonna expect something like that. As Finn said, great, now let's go. And after that, Finn taking Izuku into the black market as they just, he already told Izuku to wear his, gas mask or, oxygen mask to not let people know him as they just going in this, in the, the place, looking left and right, seeing a lot of different things. As Izuku said, there's a lots of different weapons here. As Finn said, just don't look at anyone and continue walking forward. And after that, Izuku bumps into someone with a lots of scars on his body and black hair as he said, my bad. And after that, the guy just continued walking away. As Izuku looking at this guy, he have a weird scars on his hands and face. As Izuku said, huh, he burned down like he's looking like he's burned down. As Izuku just looking at this guy while he's just continue walking away. As Finn said, come on, we need to see some information about that person that burned those people. As Izuku said, yes, let's go. And after that, Izuku just go into a little, what they call it, mm, you know, those, what they call it, a bar. Yes, get into the bar, not the same bar of Karagari and the League of Villains, another bar. As Finn just getting in with Izuku, they just see left and right people singing and dancing, some just fighting. As Izuku said, sheesh, what a weird place. As Finn said, just don't look at left or right. Let's just meet with the, bartender. As Finn sat down with Izuku, as he said, do you have some apples? As the guy said, apples? Well, we have some apples. Come with me, come with me. As Izuku said, we have some apples. As Finn said, that means that he have our information that we want. As Izuku said, great. As Izuku and Finn go behind the, into the back door as they meet with the bartender outside. As, Finn said, now, how much apples do you have? As the bartender said, this is how much bread do you have? As Finn said, I have a lot of bread, and I always was sitting on a bench in the park and start throwing my bread into the birds. As the bartender said, huh, and I was always taking my apples out of the trees in the middle of the night. And my apples taste very good. You will never gonna regret eating one of them. As Finn said, so I will gonna give you five breads for 2 apples. How about this? As the bartender said, make it 6. As Finn said, 4. And the bartender said, you will gonna give me 6 and I will gonna give you 4, 4 apples. How about this? As Finn said, deal. And after that, the bartender said, alright. If you want to know about that person that burned those people alive in the street, his name is Dabi. And he's looking like this. As he take a photo of Dabi out of his, jacket or his pocket. As Izuku looking at this photo, he said, wait, I just saw that man. As Finn said, wait, do you mean that burned, scarred face guy? As Izuku said, yeah, let's go after him. As Izuku and Finn start, running in the black market, searching for Dabi. As Izuku just looking left and right, and after that, he see Dabi walking away. As Izuku said, there! And after that, Izuku immediately put his hand in front of him and throw a beam of flames at Dabi. Dabi dodging this attack and throw his own cremation at Izuku, sending him back into a wall with Finn. As Dabi said, what do you want now? I told you that I'm sorry that I bumped into you. As Izuku said, because of you, right now the police going after me. As Dabi said, what do you mean? I don't know who you are. As Izuku, the left side of his face started engulfed with cremation. As Dabi immediately gets shocked and getting angry, saying, so, my old man made another one, huh? You're just going after me to kill me, right? You just want to capture me and to show that you are better than me. So, let me show you. As after that, Dabi put his hand together and throw a beam of flames at Izuku. Izuku, making a wall of cremation, protecting himself, and also, yeah, Finn. Finn jumped away out of the way as he said, "Do you need help?" As Izuku said, "No, this is my fight." As Dabi stopped throwing cremation, as he said, "Now tell me what Endeavor wants. Does he just throw you after me to show me that I am just weak, that he can make someone better than me?" As Izuku said, "What the hell are you talking about?" As Izuku starts, jumping left and right on the walls. After that, going to send a kick at Dabi face. Dabi dodging this attack and immediately throw fire at Izuku. Izuku, dodging this flame by, start flying into the air and dodging these flames as he, throw one, he create like a tentacle with cremation with his left arm and throw it at Dabi. And after that, he smashed him into the side of the wall. As Dabi said, "Don't lie on me. You're his son. You're his new son, is that right? He just made another one. Someone strong to stop me. To stop me from using his flames to villainous, right? I hate him so much." And after that, Dabi immediately blew up with cremation, burning everything around of him, even Izuku. Izuku tried to stand up, but he, started breathing heavily. As Dabi said, "No, I will gonna end you and to show Endeavor that he will never be able to capture me." As after that, in Dabi getting ready to throw a fire at Izuku, but Fen immediately jumped in front of Izuku and kicked Dabi in his stomach, and after that he sent a punch at his face, throwing him away. As Fen said, "Sheesh, man, both of you are really have some problems with flames." As Dabi said, "Get out of my way, you brat." As Finn said, "Like hell, I'm gonna get out of your way." As after that, Finn throw a smoke bomb on the ground. Dabi immediately throw a beam of flames at at the smoke, but when the smoke clears, he doesn't see none. He doesn't see Izuku and Finn. They just run away. As Dabi said, "Damn it, they ran away." Fucking Endeavor, thinking that he will gonna capture me if he just made another fucking child. And after that, we cut into Izuku and Fen. As Izuku said, "So that was the person, huh?" As Fen said, "Yeah, and he have the same quirk as you. But man, he's much more burned than you." As Izuku said, "Yeah, looks like he using his power without holding back." As Fen said, "So that's what will gonna happen to you if you used your cremation too much?" As Izuku said, "Well, I didn't know, but now I'm really just too scared of just going all out." As Fen said, "Yeah, I suggest that you try to hold back, because normally people won't gonna love to see someone walking in the street with a scar looking like this." As Izuku said, "Alright, let's go back into the hideout and take a rest. Maybe tomorrow we're gonna go after him." As Fen said, "I'm agreeing to that." And after that, Izuku and Fen go to the hideout, and this is gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what do you think about this part, and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.